So, good morning. Thanks for being here. So, yesterday we put together an Instagram account of this project. So you can follow under this address, okay? So we will have all the presentations, all the images, all the communication about what is happening on this Instagram account. So it's urban.nomads.citizens. Yeah, we just launched it. Okay. Okay, my name. So I have 3 hearts in my breast. The one heart is for Slanted Publishers. It's a publishing company. The other one is Melville Brand Design. It's a branding company. And FH Dortmund is the Academy of Arts where I'm teaching. Okay, so I'm a publisher, creative director, and professor for design and typography with those 2 lovely students that came along, Tim and Jule. I put together these 2 slides, or the following slides, because of the lecture that your director gave yesterday, or 2 days ago, Crisis, What Crisis? A week ago, I was in Georgia, close to Armenia, and everywhere on the walls in Georgia, you would see these kind of posters. Or it's not posters, but protests from civilians, so from people. So there's a very loud and active communication happening on the streets, reacting to the war in Russia and in Ukraine. And it's very interesting for us to see. This is the flag of Georgia. This is the flag of the NATO, and this is the American flag. In Germany, you would never see this combination of a NATO flag with the German flag because we are a member of the NATO. So it is a kind of super interesting context to have the national flag, the NATO flag, because they are aiming to be members of the NATO. And below, you really have this super rough resistance to Russian imperialists, Russia as a terrorist state, so it's a very brutal protest. At the same time, in the America, we have these guys, you know, governing in golden palaces. So the question is really crisis, what crisis? We have many, many other crises: Burkina Faso, Syria, Afghanistan, Congo, Ethiopia, Somalia, Turkey. Even in Germany we have crises. So we have crises all over the world somehow, right? We have energy crisis, food crisis, inflation, cost of living is getting more and more high. More? You want to have more? Really? Yeah, okay, so aging, AIDS, atomic energy, big data, decolonization, overpopulation. So you are living in a really crazy time where there is an awareness for all these crises. The question is, how are we going to react? Climate change is probably one of the biggest crises we're facing now. So either it is not enough water, or way too much water, right? So it's really this in-between, living in this world of too much and not enough. So we feel helpless somehow, right? We're like, phew, what could we do? Helpless, hilflos, yeah? We are looking for change, and this is a project that I'm going to show you where we really try to make a change. It's called Posters Can Help, and we created it in 2022. I met this person here, Thomas Lupo. He is an activist, and Thomas started as a student. He was a student of mine, and he went to South America, to Brazil, and worked in a favela. So favela is a slum. Yeah, it's a place where a lot of poor people live, and he started to work with very simple tools with kids, so with children. And he created these little animals that he put all over the favela of Brazil. of this one city where he was working. He built really beautiful designs, collages, and here you see the kids, you know, putting those stickers on the walls. So really beautiful stuff. He built with cardboard, a little bit models like he's doing with cardboard, kind of similar idea, right? Built like models like you are doing, but those were built by kids, by children. And this is his association that he created. So it's an NGO, eine Hilfsorganisation, it's called Art Helps. And now he goes to different places to work with children, creating art. This was a project that he did in Amazonas forest. And then these art pieces come back to Europe. He creates t-shirts and sells the t-shirts, and that is how he makes the money for giving it back to those children. This is another organization that you might know. It's Médecins Sans Frontières, Ärzte ohne Grenzen. So they're very well known. It is a French NGO. So those are doctors who go into regions of crisis and help for free to bring in their help. And it's an association that I'm supporting since many, many years with my companies. So every time we have some money over, we give it to Médecins Sans Frontières. And they make an incredible job, also in Ukraine. So I created this project, Poster Can Help, with a website. We started with a website. It was a call for entries. And we asked people to contribute to create a design, either a full page poster, or a small poster. And we were selling these places. So this was, you had to pay for this one $100 and for this one $10. So everybody could afford it, you know, every designer could afford to pay either $10 or $100, and we collected all these posters and put them all in a book, okay? And then we sold the book. So we got a lot of money out of it that we then gave to Art Helps and to Médecins Sans Frontières. And all the posters were connected, of course, to themes, to subjects that are of our time. So either to war or to peace or to the crisis that I talked about just previously. So it is a kind of time capsule of what designers are interested at the moment to talk of, right? And this book was a really big success, so I flip a little bit through these pages. Beautiful posters from all over the world, right? So it's not only Germany, it's from the United States, from Asia, from Europe a lot. So, and at the very end of this book, there's a section called Poster Rex, and Poster Rex is a silkscreen project that I'm doing since many years together with a friend, where we are creating posters. And interestingly, back in 2017-18, we have been to Kiev in Ukraine, and we created there some posters that we put on the street. And now with the backslash of the war, somehow these posters have another meaning nowadays, right? So it was kind of interesting for us to take back our own work again and have a look, what have we been doing in 2017, where the war in Ukraine was already, you know, it started in 2014, but the real war started in February 23 of this year. And it was really interesting to take back these posters into the production itself. Yeah. This is on the main square of Kiev, and the sign says, freedom is our religion, Freiheit ist unsere Religion. So it's a very strong, bold message. But that is from 2018, this wall. This is the Silkscreen Collective. Those are the designers we worked with. This is how we created those posters.
Sorry, but this production, this is all in Kiev now?
This is all in Kiev. This is from 2018. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ja. Vor dem Krieg noch, ja. Ja. Riot heißt Aufstand. Weißt du, Aufstand? Also, ja. So all in all, this book put together not a lot of money, but some money. It's about $7,000, and we gave these dollars to the association Art Helps. So this was the team of Art Helps, super happy that they got the money, and we gave the other half to Médecins Sans Frontières. And they could do whatever they want for this. Yeah? So, okay, I want to show you another project. It is the company Adidas that a lot of people might know. So I work with Melville brand design a lot for Adidas, and I want to show you a project that is in between being something very commercial and something very arty. So with this project we were asked to, it's a very big building they have, and they asked us to make all the signage system, so the orientation system, also the Wegweiser, and to have some art installations there. So I know a lot of artists, and I invited these artists to come to the building of Adidas and create some art pieces. So this was the building, you saw it here at the very beginning. Yeah? It's very big. And the building is on the campus of Adidas, and all the salespeople come there to see the new collections. So each time a new collection is there, they are invited to come to see, to make the orders from all over the world. They come to this building and make the orders there. And, oops, sorry. So there's a big digital wall that we put there. It's a huge digital stripe on which we put the claim. This here is made of 2,000 shoes. So we took the shoe.
White shoes.
White shoes. So that's a Smith, the Stan Smith shoe, and each shoe is 1 pixel. Okay? 1 shoe, 1 pixel. But it's a real shoe, it's not a fake shoe. And so this was the entrance hall where on each shoe was 1 pixel, so we could create movies that are projected on the shoes. Okay?
But sorry, how does that work?
It's with a beamer. You have a beamer, and then you have a mask, and the light goes only precisely on the shoe, and not beside the shoe.
So each pixel goes just on the shoe?
Just on the shoe.
1 pixel?
1 pixel, 1 shoe.
And you have masks on?
2,000, yeah, you have a mask,
beamer.
and all in all it's like 2,500 shoes.
Okay.
Okay? Then we put this signage, so this is those were letters, they were big like this, 1 letter. So it's to indicate the different rooms, right? So 1 room is about excitement, discovering the collection, 1 room is about exploring, okay? I should put on this, okay, it's loud enough. There you see the shoes. Then we made all these animations with video material and to typography, so we made all the design of these animations. Then inside of the building is a lot of signage, a lot of typography. And this is super interesting. We had a big wall. It was 7 meters long, and it's thick like this. It's out of wood. And we programmed a drill with processing. It is, so that there was a kind of floating image on this wall. And at the same time, it's an acoustic panel. So we have, you know, in big rooms, you need acoustic panels so that the sound is better. And this is made of wood, and the sound, it was programmed in a way that the sound hits here and goes inside and then is caught by the inside. So for the acoustic, this is perfect. 7 meters long, 3 meters high, out of wood, and at the same time you see the logo of Adidas inside. So it's a beautiful piece. It was very expensive. Then this is a long corridor, a super long corridor that is like 15 meters long. And in the top of the corridor we put this light here. And it's a three-dimensional light, goes in 3 directions. So like this and like this, right? And then when people are walking through the corridor, the light is following you, okay? Or when you're walking, the light is coming to you like that. So it's like a immersive experience. It's a super boring corridor, right? It's just a white corridor, but it gives you direction to different rooms where you go inside, yeah? And at the same time, the light, because of coming from the top, gives a nice shadows on the signage. So we had like letters, they were big like this, but 3-dimensional, in the same color like the wall. So without the light you wouldn't see them, but the light gives shadows on the letters, so there's contrast, okay? Then this is an art installation where we asked a graffiti artist to create all these designs in the rooms, right? This is another friend of mine who's a graffiti artist with spray cans, and we asked him to write the names of all the athletes that are famous. So Lionel Messi, Beckham, Stan Smith, but in graffiti, right? I'm not able to read it, but he was, right? So it's super crazy, yeah? And he's very fast. He goes with a big marker and it's beautiful, huh? Wow. And then this is another corridor that is the entrance to the spaces where you have the collections. So these are screens like the here, and you have images of all the new collections with the new patterns that are on the collection, right? So it's like a yeah, like a kind of branding already happening there. Okay. Now I make a jump to something very different, to the university where I'm teaching. And this was a project from a student of mine from last semester. And the topic was origin of things. So we were questioning where is this bottle beer from? Where is it made from? Who made this bottle? You know, who's the company who made it? And same question as he's asking, what happens with the bottle once it's been thrown away, okay? So I asked each student to pick an object from his life, a common object, and to try to find out something about the story of this jacket. And he took a jacket. And he took this, so this is the name of the student, and he took a bomber jacket. You know, these US bomber jackets, these here. And made an analyze. So he took the jacket apart completely, he cut it off, he opened it, you know, he really opened it and looked how it was made, and then he made a research on why are these designs, where they are coming from, where are the materials, where are they being produced, and how do these materials then at the end can be recycled or not. And this is nylon, so it's not possible to recycle, or almost not. So he made a really nice research on that. And then he built some models, again models, with these jackets, and the inside and the outside to understand how is it made, really, yeah? And then he put it together. So he was never into sewing, but he did an incredible job. This was his work, and then he put elements on the jacket, explaining the jacket, and at the end he had like all the explanations of his research being printed on the jacket. So these are like historical things printed on the jacket. So the explanation of what the jacket is and how it's been recycled and how it's been made was all on this jacket. Yeah, a really nice piece. This is another project that my students know very well. Actually, Jule and many other students are part of this poster battle. It is the idea that students create one poster every day. Oops, there's a mistake here. Okay. So every day they create a new poster, okay? Every day. And the semester has 100 days, so there's enough time to create a poster. We have a really nice Instagram account. Each of these posters are done by different students. We make exhibitions, we go around with these posters. We've, for example, been in Lisbon recently and had all these posters on the street of Lisbon. So it's also a project where it's really about creating something that then goes back to the street, and here it was about gentrification. This is a magazine that we are also running at the school, Voltaire magazine. So Voltaire was the philosopher that you might know. And on this cover here, you will see how it was made. So we had like 1,000 copies printed, 1,000 magazines, and they were all put on the floor, one by one. They were just blank, and this magazine was about identity. So the subject was identity, right? So the idea was to create a cover that is unique, that each cover is for its own, right? So we put them all down, and then there was a message being written that you could only read once, and then it was taken and distributed. So the final result is just, you see it, each magazine has just a little piece of individuality on it. Yeah. And that's it, that was the cover. So I just wanted to show you that. Then one project, we're making another jump now to the publishing house. So Slanted is what I'm doing as a publisher. And back in 2021, so early 2021, we started to release an AI issue about artificial intelligence before Midjourney and ChatGPT and all these other AI tools really went popular. So I was collecting a lot of artworks from artists that work in the field of AI. The Fabricant, for example, is a really crazy company from the Netherlands, from Holland. And what they are doing, they are selling digital fashion. So it is fashion that you don't buy in a shop, but you go to Fabrikant and you say, I'm an Instagram influencer and I want to have a dress that you design for me, and this dress is only existing digital. And they include your face and your size and so on, and they deliver you a file, and then you have a digital fashion that you could use for, yeah, whatever you want.
But not real.
It's not real, so this fashion is not existing, it's just digital fashion. And they make a lot of money with it. So there are a lot of Instagram people who like this and say, I want to have this dress and buy it, and it's all made with AI.
But I don't understand, sorry, shall I stop? Because I would like to know is then the motive. So this is me, for instance, as a person.
This is you, yeah, genau.
And I send you a file and then they just dress me for...
Yeah, they just dress you up and say, okay, Hannes, you want to look today with a dark or blue or whatever, and then they create it and they give you the file, and then you could post it on Instagram and say, look, this is me.
Cool. I think that's what I need.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the idea of... Then we collected a lot of projects. This is how the magazine looks inside. And I want to show you another project of Daniel Askil. It's a movie that was created also with AI. It's called Universal Machine. It's a beautiful film. And it explains the battle between human and machines through the eye of a kid, of a girl. So in fact, it's this idea of it's the mirror of yourself as a robot, and she's trying to get rid of this mirror, right? And is in this combat and this conflict. For the cover of the AI magazine, I worked together with Silvana. She was also a student at our academy. And she's making these kind of very special, crazy pictures. And all these images, she implements like objects found on trash, or she changes these objects. So glasses or rubber or plastic, and creates like really beautiful, very disturbing kind of dystopic pictures. And we took 120 images of her and put all these pictures in a gun. And a gun, G-A-N, a gun is a machine that works, so it's an AI machine, right? And you need a gun, you train a gun, so it's like a training process to a machine in which you tell the machine, this is eye, this is mouth, this is nose, this is hair. So this is the cover, because it was digital printed, has its own face, right? So it's each magazine has a different face, a different cover, you will see, created with these beautiful images here. And they look weird because, as I told, the machine is not really able to create a correct face, yeah, because there is also these accidents, this plastic and the glasses and yeah. And this is how the covers looked like. So it was fantastic because on Instagram, you know, people then showed, hey, I bought a new slanted magazine, and then somebody else said, yeah, but mine looks totally different. So there was something happening, you know, that people were like, hey, my cover is different than yours. I prefer your cover than my cover. And so it was really super fun, yeah.
And how many copies you make?
6,000.
Ah.
Yeah. So then we had a digital printing machine with an Excel file, and then a program. We wrote a program with a printer that, from the data pool of images, for each cover he took a new image.
But how does it work? I mean, the 120 images, they were always the same? Or?
No, this first were the originals of Sivana, and then the machine created those 6,000 out of 120.
Okay.
So we have 120, and then combining, and then you have the 6,000 covers.
You always print 6,000?
Between 6 and 8. The print run of Slanted magazine. Yeah. Cool. Okay, this is the last project that I'm going to show. It's a personal book that I did. So it's called Collision, and it is about my work that I did over the last, or part of the work that I did over the last 5 years, 5-6 years. And I took all the books, or not all the books, I took approximately 10 books and magazines that I did. I gave them to the printer, and I asked the printer to cut off the back and cut the book in half. So the printer was like, why do you destroy the book? And I said, yeah, please cut the back and cut it in half. And then I had all these halves of the book, and I took the halves again and rearranged them somehow. So it was a little bit like getting rid of my own, you know, backstories, all the stuff that happened in my life and all the stuff that I did. I put in a lot of photographs that I did. I liked the photography, and it became a kind of weird collage, a collage that was also a lot, you know, quoting people that I love. I think this is the Marcel Duchamp is for me, that's why I have it here on my computer as well. It's my favorite artist. In a way that Marcel Duchamp was the guy who really opened, especially in graphic design, the world a lot, and in art probably as well. Just because
this is not.
This is
not the third.
Because he, Marcel Duchamp, with this is one of his famous works, the Pissoir, right? And he called it not pissoir, but fountain.
No.
So he put it upside down in the museum, in the gallery, and by this he said, look at things from a different angle, from a different point of view. And I think this is something that is really important, and we as graphic designers nowadays, I think this is the only way that we are working. It's all the time quoting something and turning it upside down. And giving it a new meaning. I think it's the same for art, for theater, for a lot of things that we are doing is really changing the life of an object to something new, right? So yeah, it gives you a little bit an insight of what happened there in these collages. It was just black and white, A4 format, really nice stitched bound. Going kind of brutal with my own work, overprinting it. Yeah, quoting a lot of images that influenced my life somehow. pictures that I took in museums, prints that I did in Kiev, and a kind of different way also to place stupid things like a barcode that you need for the shops on the back. And then we created a little video for the sales. I think this is also important and super easy to do, I think, for each of you when you make a show, when you make a presentation, when you promote yourself, really go into a quick and dirty video. It's easy to produce, but it's super powerful, yeah. And we use these videos to promote the book, and I just give you a small view of it, yeah. That's it, so super easy. It's like half a day work, and you have something nice that you could show, and that explains a little bit something of your work. Yeah, thank you, this is it. And last but not least, those are the Instagram accounts. If you're interested to see more of my work, feel free. Thank you very much. So welcome to any questions, but I'll be around the next day, so feel free to ask me. And I think we have the next program point. Ja, genau, sehr gut. Danke.